What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Coach Faye, and I'm back with another video. And if you're new here to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button, okay? And if you don't already know, my name is Coach Faye. I'm an author, entrepreneur, and transitional coach for my company, Academy. I specialize in answering your calling, and I work with men and women, visionary leaders, helping you to enhance your vision, overcome your mindset and perspective that's preventing you from answering your calling so you can discover your true purpose, utilize your gifts within, become free, and live to see your vision come to life, okay? Now, this sounds like something you'll be interested in. I do offer coaching services and will be launching my academy, I Academy, officially on October 10th, okay? So if y'all interested in that, just go ahead and get with me and I will surely help you, okay? So this is part 3 for the journey of answering my calling, okay? If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, it is on my channel. So you can go ahead and get yourself catched up before you watch this video, okay? Now, I went ahead and wrote down a little bit of sticky notes for this because God really just he didn't want me just to fly through and just, skim through what happened, but he really wanted me to sit down and really look at the key points, what happened in those certain time frames, okay? So, we're going to go ahead and get started with part 3, you guys. So, just a little recap part 2. This was when I'm coming into the peak of things, okay? I'm coming into the peak of things with my sweets business. At that time, it was called Sweetie Cakes, okay? And at this time, I'm coming to the peak of things. It's like I'm starting to get more out there. I'm starting to, looking to put myself more out there, okay? So this is part 3, okay? This is the beginning of 2021. We're starting around there, okay? So this is the first thing. I'm not sure exactly when this happened, but I know it happened around that time. Okay. So during this journey, my page got hacked. Okay, my Facebook page got hacked. And I did a video on this. I made a video already called Answering My Calling. I think that's what it's called, or Journey of Answering My Calling, something like that. But it's on my channel. I'm gonna go ahead and put it at the top in the little sticky notes. Y'all can click on it and y'all can watch it yourselves, okay? I put the Facebook page that got hacked in there so y'all can know who it is, because to this day, you guys, they are still on that page scamming people, okay? Using my face, using my name, and scamming people, okay? So if y'all ever see that Facebook page, just know that is not me. And I mean, we done reported it, then everything. Facebook still don't care, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is at this point, okay? And I just let it go, okay? But my page got hacked. Okay. I was one of those victims, one of those people. Yes, I was one of those slow people who fell victim to them people on Facebook who was whatever scheme they had going. Everybody was just falling for it, getting their page hacked, and you would be like, oh dang, they got too. Like, yeah, I was one of those people who got. Okay. But baby, let me just say that. But okay, so that page got hacked. Okay, and they also stole my identity. So it wasn't just okay, they hacked my Facebook page, my stuff was gone. They got access to everything that was on there, all my messages, pictures, all that. They had access to all that, okay, and they still do. But my identity also got stolen. So it wasn't just about the Facebook page. My information also got stolen. So I had to deal with them open up stuff in my name. Y'all, like, I'm seeing stuff pop up in my credit report. Like, they using like my middle and my last name. Like, I seen my lane, like my name way in, like, I think it was like North Carolina or something, like on some like out of like some type of lot, like it was like a land, or like they was about to build a house or something. Like, I'm seeing my stuff, like, I'm like, what's going on? Y'all, I finally just gave that to God. Y'all, like, I went to the FBI and all that. Okay, like, I was trying to like, what can y'all do? And it's so crazy because they acting like it's like just not a big idea. Like it's not a problem that these bots and these hackers are taking over social media. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't even go too much on all that. That's what I was gonna say. That's just I feel like God wanted me to tell y'all that, to bring that up for a reason, for whatever reason. But yeah, just know my page got hacked, my old Facebook page, and my identity was stolen. Okay, so I had to make a whole nother page. Okay, and that's that. Okay, so next thing that I want to talk about is so I was telling you I was in the peak of things. Okay, I was in the peak. My stuff was starting to rise up. I wanted to put myself more out there with my business. So like I said, y'all, I don't know if y'all remember in other videos, but I only had 2 cars in my whole lifetime. The first car was the Mazda. That's what I got when I got in a car accident and I got a settlement. The second car was the car I'm going to talk about now. This is the second car I got. It was Jeep Patriot, okay? And I ended up getting this car because I really was just sick and tired of, having to ask people for stuff, having to be on other people's time. And I just remember like every time I would need to do something, like if I had to go make a delivery for my jars, or if I had to I just knew I had stuff I needed to do. And I was on other people's time, you know what I'm saying? So when I would go to, ask for the car, to go here, go do that, it wasn't never just like, okay, like how long, or like, it was just like, you always had to get something, it was like you always had to get something, like a huff and a puff or a complaint, or don't be gone too long, or I got a time limit. Like it just be like all these type of stuff. And it was just like every time, I needed the car, it was just always something. So I was just tired. And eventually I was just like, I don't even want to ask for the car no more. Like I don't even want to ask for it no more. So that's when I told y'all, I got my taxes. I was on my last little bit of taxes, last little bit of tax money, okay? And I was just laying in bed. I remember I was just laying in bed, and I was just like, this is my last little bit of money. I'm like, I should just go ahead and just get the car. I should just go ahead and I'm just gonna go to the dealership, and I'm just gonna get a car. Okay, like that's like what I was thinking. I literally just got up one morning, went and got a car. Okay, without nobody knowing a thing. And came back, my boyfriend, he was surprised. He was like, well, you got a car, this, that, and the third. But that's really not like even the whole thing. But I really just went out, I got me a car because I was ready to take things to the next level. I knew like me not having a car was slowing me down. Everybody else, was like making it harder for me. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I did have a business, they was making it more harder. And it was like when I was in that position where I didn't have nothing, it was like people like, yeah, okay, like I felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't have nothing, they could just say whatever, and it was just, I was just on their time, and that was just the way it was, and I wasn't with that. So I got a car. Okay. So this was, I think that was like a month. That was like April, May, March, somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. Okay, y'all. So that was the next memory. I got my car. Okay. Now this next moment I'm about to talk about, y'all, this was a pivotal moment for me. This was a pivotal, a groundbreaking moment for me, y'all. This happened in April. So I told y'all I was getting ready. I was doing more pop-up shops. I was doing stuff like that. So before I came to this event, I was already looking into getting a brick and mortar for, it was a water bar in my city, Jacksonville. It was a water bar, and I remember seeing her on Facebook, she was looking like to, include people's stuff in her store. So, she was having interviews, she would have people fill it out, and, people to come in to, so they could taste their stuff, so they could try it and all that. So I was getting ready to get into that. I had emailed them, but I think they haven't wrote me back yet. But okay, so I just want to put that out there. So y'all. So how can I say this? Okay, I'm not gonna say no names, who these people was. I'm talking all in third person. I'm not putting nobody out there. I'm saying everything in like third person. Okay, so it was a person that I was going to start collaborating with. We was going to collaborate on something with my business. We was going to collaborate on something So there I started to get like a little bit more involved in my business. And just one morning I was getting ready for my pop-up, and they was helping me. And I wasn't even aware of this at the fact. I wasn't even aware of this at this time. But I believe what was I doing? I think I was over there. I don't know, what was I doing? I was doing something. I was at the table. I was like, I guess I probably was getting the stuff ready for like cause they was getting the jars ready. Like they was getting the jars out the refrigerator, and they was like, putting it in they was putting it in the cooler and stuff like that. And whatever I was doing something else. Whatever. Okay. But boom. So while they was doing that, while they was taking the stuff out the refrigerator and putting it in the cooler and all that, they was promoting it on social media. They was like, what I'm saying, like, okay, like she's about to be at a pop-up, y'all come, y'all pull up, stuff like that, like having good intentions. But it turned out a whole nother different way, y'all. Okay. So so I didn't even know at this time. So boom, we doing that. I head to the spot. We go ahead and head to the spot, okay? And that person helps me set up. Boom, 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 boom. They help me set up, and they leave. So like a good hour pass. I'm about to pop up. I'm doing my thing or whatever. And just to put this out there, like this was the first day. Like this was the first day, y'all. I had just bought a canopy. Like y'all, I was going all in. Like I was investing in my business. I had bought a canopy to I believe that's how you say it. I bought a canopy to stand out there and all that, to be under, because it was an outside event. So they helped me put the canopy up and all that. So I'm standing there at the event. I get a call. It's from that person. And they're telling me like, yo, I messed up. I'm like, God. I'm like, what? I'm like, what happened? It was like, while I was helping you, pack up, getting ready for the pop-up, it was like I was recording, helping promote your business and, promote stuff. But in the video, I didn't double check before I post the video. I'm like, okay, so what are you telling me? Like, I'm already knowing something bad, but so, they tell me, okay, boom, I posted the video. It was a roach in the video. A roach, y'all. A roach. A roach. And I'm going to I already pinned the video at the beginning, but I'm going to pin it again. The video is included in the video I posted with Journey of Answering My Calling. I put the video that went viral inside that video, so y'all can see the exact video that turned everything around for my business. And I don't mean for the good. Well, it was for the good, but at that time, baby, I did not see it like that. Okay, so I'm like, Lord. I'm like, okay, I don't even know if I even looked at the video at that time. I don't even think I did. I think I was so afraid. I was so nervous. And it's like when they told me that, I started looking around, and I see people looking at me. Like I seen people looking around, like at my station, people looking. And I'm like, bro, I'm just sitting here the whole time. They probably been nude. I'm just sitting here like, I'm just like, all right, so I hang up the phone. I still stay there. I'm like, bro, should I pack up and just leave right now? Because thank God I had my own car, baby. I wasn't on nobody else's time. I could just pick up and go whenever I wanted to. But I decided, okay, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here and probably stay for like another hour, and do what I gotta do. Besides the fact, okay. So I stood there and I sat there, even though knowing what happened, knowing what's going on right now, knowing that people was downing me, dogging me out right now on social media. I still stood there. I still stood tall and still stood at my station at least for another hour, okay? And by that time, the person I was over event, no, it was that person's girlfriend. She had came to me and she was like, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you know, but your stuff is going viral on social media right now, and I don't mean for a good reason. I was like, yeah, I know, and all that. And she was like, yeah, I'm just letting you know, 'cause, people are talking about pulling up here. People are talking about coming up here to come see and all that, who it is. Like, so I don't, I just don't want you to be put in a bad situation. And she was like, if you leave, you always welcome back later, And, she was just saying, I just recommend you, like, you revamp, you start over, boom, 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 boom. I was like, yeah, okay, I understand. Thank you for coming over here and taking time out to, acknowledge me and tell me. She was like, no problem. So, I still stayed there for like a couple more minutes. And I think the last I got was from the owner's mom. She came and she still bought some cake jars. And I knew she knew. I knew she knew, but she that's like as soon as I was getting ready to like pack up and leave, she came over here and she bought like, a couple cake jars. And I that was for me. She all like since the day I started going to that pop up, like she loved my stuff, y'all. She loved it. And she always complimented my jars. So she was the last one to buy the cake jars from me. I still made a couple sales that day, regardless of everything that was going on. But yeah, y'all look at that because I put more in that other video about that moment. But after that, I just, stopped sales. I stopped business and all that. I did a coaching call with a coach. She was from Jacksonville, so she knew what happened when I came to her and I told her about things. She was like, okay, that's you. Da, 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 da. And she was like, okay, I just recommend you just forget all about it. Don't even bring it up again. Don't mention it. Just do a complete rebrand. And that, she offered me to join her group with other people in it. But at that time, I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready. And I wasn't ready to do that at that time. But just looking back, I seen like, how I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna forget about it. I'm gonna forget about it. But God, like when I came back, when we further went along, like towards that next year, like towards 2022, I seen it wasn't meant for me to be quiet about that situation because that situation was a part of my testimony. Okay. And it was just so crazy because like if you will look at the house and you will look at us, you don't even think the house was even like that. Like if you look at the outside, you thought it was just a nice house, nice neighborhood. You wouldn't even suspect it. But just knowing like on the inside, what I had to, deal with, it was just, a whole nother situation than the outside, how the outside looked. Okay. And, the house was deteriorating the longer we stood in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one thing. So after that moment happened, God also wanted me to bring this up. I didn't even know this even happened around that time. I didn't even know until recently God had me go through like my old journals and like, just also go through old stuff and read up on stuff that, that I wrote, like prophecies or like lessons, anything that I was writing in my journals just to like refresh and see, what was up. So I seen that it was after I had that coaching session with that coach. It was like, the next page over or whatever. I had joined an academy. It was like a kind of like a Bible academy. It was over like, going like teaching scriptures, like, really digging into the Bible and digging into the truth and, uprooting the Bible so I can really understand it. And that was another pivotal moment for me because that's what led me, here to like learn about, really learn about God and learn about his kingdom and really learn like, how to read the Bible, how to study the Bible and stuff like that. So that was another pivotal moment. But that's all I'm saying like that. I just want to bring that up because it's going to come up later on in my journey, another pivotal moment. So I just wanted to bring this up now. So it was just crazy to me, like how I signed up for that academy, like how I joined that academy right after that pivotal event. But okay, so after all that happened, the pressure is building. Okay, because like I told y'all, the cake jar was the only thing I really was keeping me there in Jacksonville. So after that happened, it just came to me like all over again that, oh my God, I gotta go. I gotta leave to Texas. Okay. So I ended up taking a trip to Texas. I didn't move there. I took a trip, y'all. I took a trip. I visited. Like that should just be like a slap in God's face. Like I'm telling you to go to Texas, and you just gonna be like, well, let me just go ahead and take a trip there and just to see. Like I'm telling you to go there. So we took a trip to. I took a trip to Houston with me and my people, my child and his father. We went there, and I think we went there for like that weekend. And y'all, of course, I loved it. I really didn't want to leave, but when we was leaving, like even when I was going, like I remember my people saying, like, "Oh, like you not finna come back," like you not finna come back, because by then people knew that I wanted to go to Texas. People knew that we was planning to go to Texas. Okay, so after when we was leaving Texas, I remember we was on the highway. Like I still was like I had this feeling like I was not supposed to be leaving. And when we was on the way back, I seen a sign. It said "Turn around." Y'all, I don't know if it was like a city, it was like a road, but whatever it was one of them signs. It said "Turn around," literally, y'all. I'm like, I'll bring it up to my child. I'm like, bro, like there's a sign right there that said "Turn around." We look like, oh my gosh, oh, like it's probably meant for us like the same time. We was saying this stuff, like we was over there saying the whole time, and we over there joking about it, but it's really what it was. You know what I'm saying? So we still went back to Florida besides seeing that sign, okay? And just after that, it was just hard for me, y'all. It was just hard. It was just me trying to figure out how we gonna go to Texas. People are not really seeing how we gonna go because our situation was not telling us that we can go to Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have the funds. We didn't have the only we had was the car. We was able to get the car. Okay. And everybody around, you know what I'm saying, they telling you, how you gonna do this, how you gonna do that, you need to, how about you save this amount of money, how about you do it, like everybody got their opinions. Okay, everybody putting their opinions in our ear about what we should do when I already know what God told me to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. Like when y'all on this journey, be careful who y'all tell y'all stuff to, because the more people you tell, the more opinions you're gonna have. And really, don't nobody opinion matters but God, because you know what God told you. So why would you come over here, you know what I'm saying, telling all these people just to allow those energies in? Okay, but people was telling me that even my child's father, he wasn't with it at first either. He didn't understand, like, how we gonna go to Texas right now. Like he didn't understand. And so we got planned, okay, we're gonna move like later on towards the end of the year, towards the end of 2021. And we was like, okay, we're gonna save this amount of money. But I'm still over there like, baby, I know I ain't supposed to be waiting that long. Like I'm over there going through it, y'all. Like I'm over there battling in my mind. Like it's like me versus me. Like battling what God told me versus like, my flesh telling me. Okay. So that eventually led me having a mental breakdown. I remember that I was just sitting in my room. I was just sitting there just thinking about it. And I just started spazzing out, y'all. Like I just started spazzing out. Like I just started hitting the dresser. I just started screaming, yelling. I was crying. And I just got it on. I think my boyfriend came upstairs, and my mom ended up coming too. But I just went in the restroom. I closed the door. I just sat on the toilet and I just started crying. I just started crying and crying. And then I just started hitting the wall again. I just started hitting the wall. Boom, boom. Hit the wall with a nice little 2-piece. Boom, boom. And, like, my mom came in and she was like, Lena, what you doing? Like, she come here, she see I'm crying. She's like, she just started comforting me and stuff like that. I don't think I even told her because it was about me having to move to Texas, but I didn't even say anything. I just couldn't do nothing but just cry, So she just held her and, she, held me and stuff like that. But after that moment happened, I knew that it was time. I knew I had to go. Okay. So it probably was like a couple weeks after that, I started, me and my child father, we said, okay, we're going to go to Texas. And people didn't take us serious at first until we started selling all my stuff that was in the room. Like I literally was only going to take anything that could fit in my Jeep. Okay. That was the only thing I was taking. Everything else I got rid of, I sold, or I even left at the house. Okay. So that was part 3, y'all. I finally left to Houston for good this time, not just visiting. I finally went to Houston on August 13th, 2021. That was the day I left and took my family with me, my son and his father. We went to Houston and we never looked back since then. Okay. So that's part 3 where I'm going to stop at right here, right now. And y'all, just what God want me to tell y'all from this video. I was telling y'all, remember I was telling y'all about the the viral video, the viral moment, and how like when I was saying you could just look at the house and you wouldn't even expect that stuff would be going on inside because it just look beautiful on the outside. So God just wanted me to tell y'all that before you can get anything, before you can even try to go for the things on the outside, the external, the material things, you got to set your foundation first, okay? And the foundation, I mean, the foundation within, like your internal foundation, okay? Because so many people in this world, they just go straight to going for the materialistic things, going for, okay, let me go ahead and start me a business. Everybody starting a business. I'm gonna go start me a business, So they start going to the outside things and they neglect the inside, the stuff that needs work. So that's why, stuff might not last, or, whatever they got going on the inside affects the outside. It affects what they got going on because they haven't completely healed and they haven't completely dealt with their inside. So God wanted me to tell y'all that you have to set your foundation first. Okay, it's levels to everything. It's order to everything. God is all about order, and you cannot just come out here and think that you just finna, oh, I'm finna just go straight to the, you know what I'm saying, straight to the money. I'm just go straight to the to the fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like God said, it's all a process for everything. And before you can even go out there and think about, starting a business or doing whatever God's telling you to do, you gotta work on that inside first, okay? You gotta work on your foundation first. All right. Because God is not going to bless you. God is not going to be able to. I'm sorry, I'm over here. Look at this plane flying. But God is not going to bless you with anything until you're right within. Because God is not going to trust you with his stuff, and you still over here walking around with your old self, your own mind, your old mindset, your old perspective, and thinking that you finna get something that God wants for you. Baby, no, it is not so. Okay, it will not happen. So that's why as soon as I got to the rise and peak of things in my sweetie cakes business, baby, God snatched it right up under my foot. He allowed that thing to happen. Okay, and at that time, I did not see it. It was like something that was helping me or something that needed to happen. I didn't see it like that. I was just seeing it as a stroll. I just seen myself. I was embarrassed. Like I went MIA on social media. Like I deactivated that page. I made a whole new page. Once again, like I made a whole nother page just to run from the stuff that happened to me. Okay, because I didn't want to pop it back on that Facebook because I felt like people still was going to remember it. Okay, and that's all it was. That's all they was going to see. So I just made a whole nother Facebook page. Okay. But y'all, that's really what all God wants me to tell y'all. Just to set the foundation first before you even try to go for the external things. Okay. In my academy, that's definitely what we do with answering your calling before we even try to even go into, tapping into your gifts and your purpose and all that. But we go through the internal first. Okay. We go through the internal so we can make sure your mindset and your perspective is correct, in the right position it need to be. Make sure your mind is renewing. You are renewing your mind because y'all, if y'all come in here, y'all come in this journey, y'all continue this journey in the same mindset, y'all not gonna be able to receive the things God wants for y'all because your mind can't even wrap around, what these new things that you're learning. Your mind is gonna deny it. Your old mind at least, okay? So that's why it's important that you gotta renew your mind while you on this journey, and you gotta go ahead and get over your mindset, overcome your mindset and perspective, and get a whole nother mindset, get a whole nother perspective. Okay, get the mind of God and get the perspective, seeing through your spiritual eye, your third eye. Okay, not looking through these eyes, but seeing beyond these eyes and looking through your spiritual eye. Okay, so y'all, that's part 3. That's part 3. Part 3 was a lot. So just after like after that, I was just dealing with a lot. Okay, but that's it for right now, y'all. So I'll be dropping part 4 soon. So y'all go ahead and stay tuned for that. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit that notification bell to get updated when I drop part 4. And if y'all haven't already, y'all go check out my spoken word series. I post spoken word chapter of the weeks once every weekly. I posted that already. And I also just posted a spoken word affirmation for God's promises. Okay. So those are just some things that can help with your mindset and perspective. That's a little bit, what we'll be doing in my academy for affirmations, getting our mind right, is just speaking God's word out loud to ourselves in first person, so we can really begin to transform our mind and, having knowledge of the things that God promised us. Because, if you don't have knowledge of those things, you're not going to know. You know what they say, baby. Those, what they say, those with a lack of, those will perish for a lack of knowledge. Yeah, y'all know what it is. But that's it, y'all. Thank y'all for taking the time out to listen. Y'all go ahead and stay tuned for part 4. And it's Coach Faye. Y'all be blessed and have a good one.